Vincent?
Tuesday now.
Tuesday, yes.
And?
We're looking out the window over the harbor.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a sunny day, but it could be a little sunnier, a little brighter, a little bluer if it wasn't for pollution from ocean-going vessels.
Ah.
And legislators are going to be picking the chair of a special committee to look at that in the future for Hong
Okay,
Kong.
so keyword for today is vessels.
Vessels, yeah. We can talk about vessels. And in this case, you know, you can think of ocean-going vessels, meaning as a boat. But if you think about it, it's
Ocean-going vessels.
OGVs, they call them. Is the term.
Really?
Yeah, there's a term for it. OGVs, ocean-going vessels, to distinguish from boats that just go up and down the river in the Pearl River Delta.
All right.
But if you can think about it, the entire Pearl River Delta is almost like a vessel that catches air and holds the air for this whole region. Right? Air doesn't respect borders, like parallel traders, but yeah, the air floats back and forth. And in Harbor Times on Friday, when it comes out, we're going to have a piece written by a guy named Sean Kane, who's an environmental studies department up at Hong Kong University. And he's going to be talking about something called an ECA, an emissions control area. And these have been established in a number of places around the world where different jurisdictions get together and say, okay, we agree that locally in our area, not just our country or not just our city, that we will control what is coming out of the boats that come into our ports, right? Because right now, you know, I don't want to tell the whole story. You got to pick up the paper on Friday, but basically, there's a different kind of diesel that's used in these big ships, and if you get an area like Hong Kong, Macau, you know, all the ports around here agreed and said, okay, we're all going to agree that all the boats have to use this kind of fuel and, you know, burn like this and go at these speeds. We could actually do a lot to control one of the biggest causes of pollution in the Pearl River Delta.
And, you know, that source is often neglected.
Yeah.
We often pinpoint roadside pollutions on buses and taxi and minibus.
Rightfully so.
And also the power companies, the two power companies, because they're the easy targets. But actually, you can improve our air a lot by focusing on these OGVs and asking them to go for proper fuel. Some of them use illegal fuels, which is extremely polluted as well. Yeah,
and I don't know how active the Marine Department is in catching guys that are doing that. Like, they're a little distracted lately.
Oh, talking about the Marine Department.
And
the bureaucracy. And the culture.
And I mean, there's a big, you know, we all saw that in the news yesterday. But so there's a lot going on there. You know, there are things that can be done, like even Star Ferry here. You know, we all love Star Ferry. They could use a cleaner fuel. They're saying it's going to cost them $5 million, but for an extra 20 cents a ride, they could cover that cost. But the question is, you know, we've seen what happens. You know, in the 60s, people try to raise Star Ferry prices. Everybody goes crazy. 20 cents? I don't know. Maybe people would handle it. Maybe they ride. But,
we'll see.
But we're talking, you know,
but we're only talking about 20 cents. And V for vessels. As well as victory. Clean air victory.
So hopefully we'll have that. Pick up our article on Friday to find out more about how it applies in the Pearl River Delta and even up and down the whole South China Coast.
Okay. Thanks, Andrew.
Thanks, Vincent.
Okay.